All the gorillas, the Army, the Navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine. If you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more.
One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Bears getting the road victory, so they'll look now to take the season series here at Soldier Field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Here's a give to Etienne, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Throwing again. Lehman firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Those defense for the Packers, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
To throw on third down. Lehman. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They go play action with Wilson. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, being able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down.
He's checking. Under 10, under 10, 10.
A handoff running left is Etienne. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. first down carry by Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
On first down, Jones had a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw here. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up the first down.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. He'll drop to throw. But nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this.
And it is cold.
And it is cold. It's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 5. And they're going to face a 3rd down. let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. They turn to Love on the handoff. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Play action. It's Wilson. Rolling to his right. Pass caught by Collins. What a catch. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
A handoff for Etienne. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A give running right, Etienne. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll run with Etienne and trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Rosas' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. 2nd and 6. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. They'll run on first down. Jones. And they'll get him down right about the 20. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Etienne once more. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, here's Love. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bears are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, You've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards the gain there, second down. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Again, it's Jones. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. On first down, he'll drop to throw. The 20. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, it's Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down. They'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. Williams now on the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. The tackle was by the Boston College product Harold Landry. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Another tote for Etienne. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Check 52. Check 132 fighter. Zoom, fellas,
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Kadarius Toney, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Play action. Now Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He's got it to Collins, complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. A give to Etienne running right. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. And they'll go again with Etienne. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return is Williams. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a give to Etienne. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 74 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And Rosas has pushed it to the right. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past,
so we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. This is Jones. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's a give to Jones running left. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a first throw here in overtime. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now Etienne to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter